Oh, things are really starting to get serious in the National Football League. We have arrived in December. We have arrived at Week 13, and the push for the playoffs starts tonight. What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We're here every single day, 7 days a week, and then every night there's a primetime game. We are here counting down just for you. So, a little housekeeping, what we're going to do tonight. I do want to give away a few things this evening, but you guys are going to have to earn it. I need you to pound that like button. Every person that comes in here, take the chat down, hit the like button, put it right back up, and let's stay completely active. You want to shout out like Scott? Type coach into the chat. I'll get to as many as we possibly can. Also, about 45 after the hour, we'll get to as many props as we can. If you have a prop that you like in the game tonight, put it into the chat, put the juice next to it, and we'll try to get to as many of those as we can. So 400, I believe we're going to do a pint glass tonight. If we get to 600 likes, that always elusive Early Edge hoodie. And if we get to 1,000 likes, the Shangri-La of likes, we'll give away my action figure that is still sitting on the mantle in Alex's Prop Stars living room. Let's bring in the stars of the show. And on Thursday, I bring in the heavy hitters. Then when somebody can't come on the show because they're sick, I bring in a heavier hitter. He's the best-looking man in the Early Edge family right below me. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sia. Sia, good evening, sir.
That heavier hitter was certainly laced with sarcasm, but I'll take it nonetheless. Happy to be on the show with you guys on Thursday. Larry, I'm happy to be with you on a show. Congratulations on the Rec League championship. I didn't get a chance to say that until just now. So, yeah, man, happy to be here. Let's do this thing.
Sia, you know what's crazy is that the Maestro has already started his off-season conditioning program, and we're only like a week after the Rec League championship. It's crazy.
Classic Maestro.
It's classic Maestro. Maestro, good evening.
Good evening. It's true, Coach. I had a really good workout today. I'm ready to go. Let's get it.
I actually did a meeting today for the show from the gym. That's how dedicated I am. And then we have another person on the show right now that doesn't even know a guy named Jim. AB, good evening, sir.
Yeah, you're correct in that, Coach. Also, this is why we feel comfortable betting on Larry's teams, because they take it seriously, and they're already in next season mode. So, yeah, I'm going to be laying the spread with you guys all year next year.
I'm trying to figure out what the futures number is going to be, Larry. You're over-under on total wins for next season.
10-game regular season. I'm going to set, if they let us keep our team together, I'm going to set it at 8.5.
You best believe one of us somebody's going to take bets on that. AB, write it down. We're going to take bets on next year's regular season. Already done deal. Let's lock it in. All right, we've got a lot to get to tonight because, as I said at the top of the show, guys, this game means a lot to both teams. Sia, let me start with you because you are doing us a huge solid coming on the show tonight for us. Now, when we talk about storylines tonight, it's all about who's not here, right? Let's start with the Cowboys. Who's not there is their head coach, Mike McCarthy, out COVID protocols. How big of a deal is this for the Cowboys? The numbers we're going with tonight, Cowboys minus 6.5 up as high as it's gone all week, and the total 45.5. Talk to me, Sia.
I don't think it's a big issue. I mean, I still think it's Kellen Moore's show on offense, and Dan Quinn, I mean, he showed to be a capable head coach at Atlanta. Obviously, he was dismissed after some number of years, but I think it's fine for a one-game sample. I think they're fine from a coaching standpoint. Let's be honest about Mike McCarthy. Nobody envisions him as, a Belichick or a Josh McDaniels. So I think it's an easy one to just sit out a game and be probably
we don't
fine.
We don't think. I mean, Mike McCarthy is the first name that comes into my mind every time I think of the great ones.
Yes.
Mike McCarthy. There you go.
Right.
There you go. That's a great point. So let me ask you this as a follow-up, and then I'm going to come to you, AB. When you look at how the Cowboys played, and how many times did we see Mike McCarthy looking up at the board, waving off the – I mean, it was a bad day for the refs, and it was a bad day for the Cowboys. How do they bounce back from that?
They get the fortune of playing a Saints team that really hasn't been great. I don't really love the spot for the Cowboys. I mean, we'll see what the others have to say on the spread, but it's one of those things. This is going to be a benchmark of how good the Cowboys actually are, because I think when the first 5-6 weeks transpired, we're like, oh, wow, this is a Super Bowl contender. They're going to run away with the NFC East. And, oh, by the way, Washington football team is now chasing you just, 5-6 weeks later, and there's some other teams in the mix. Your playoff spot isn't necessarily guaranteed. they got to win this game. It's just a matter of how good is this team. We'll find out.
Yeah, the Cowboys are the one of the teams that are like, we really have to play 17 games this year? No. Let's stop at 16. Maestro, let me come to you, because when you talk about the Cowboys and you talk about how they haven't played well, losing 3 or 4 since starting 6-1, they're now facing a team in the Saints that have lost 4 straight and are trying to figure out what's going on. Cia says he doesn't like this spot. To me, it seems like a primetime spot for the Cowboys.
I love this spot. They have all 8 of their key offensive guys on the field tonight for the first time all season. When you look at the Saints not having their tackles, not having Kamara, not having their second best pass rusher in Marcus Davenport. You look at Taysom Hill and everyone's saying he's 3-1. He completed 72% of his throws, 8 touchdowns in those 4 games last year. He had Michael Thomas. He had Kamara. He had a better offensive line. This is a completely different situation, even if he's 100% healthy. So I really like this spot for the Cowboys. One note that I just got in from my buddy named Joe Gibbs, not that Joe Gibbs. He runs NFL ref stats on Twitter. And, we were talking about the penalties with that Raiders-Cowboys game. The complaints by Jerry Jones. Coincidence or not, Joe wonders, penalties were down 20% on Sunday after that Thanksgiving fiasco.
Interesting that happened. And don't tell me it's a coincidence, AB, that he speaks out and the flags go down. But the Cowboys can't rely on that. They have got to be better defensively when you let 36 points be scored by the Raiders, who had been atrocious the last few weeks. Defensively tonight, the Cowboys have got to fix this.
Yeah, they do, and they're going to get some help, because let's break down what the Saints are going to be without tonight. All right, starting quarterback Trevor Siemian, benched. They're out their starting running back. They're out their wide receiver 1. They're out their tight end 1. They're starting right tackle, gone. Starting left guard, gone. Starting left tackle, gone. And Marcus Davenport on the defensive side for the Saints. So if the Cowboys can't get it done tonight, you have a serious problem. I'm not saying the Saints are the worst team in the league, but that is a ton of firepower that is gone from the lineup tonight. So the Cowboys need to get a lead early, use that leverage against them, and not mess around in this game.
Okay. I got a question for who is going to be the fastest person to raise their hand. Who can tell me who the starting quarterback was for the Saints the last time they played the Cowboys? Nobody? Nobody? Nobody. All right, let me give it to the chat. Who in the chat can tell me who was the quarterback for the Saints the last time they played the Cowboys? That's right. Aaron Thomas got it. Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater was the quarterback last time for the Saints. We forgot that he started a couple games a couple years ago in 2019. Now, let me come back to you. The last 3 times, and I know we don't buy into trends all the time, but Cowboys are 0-3 straight up, 0-3 against the spread. The last 3 times they've gone to the Caesars Superdome. Why is that, do you think?
Well, part of it was Drew Brees, and the Saints certainly had an amazing home field advantage, which is sort of dissipated a little bit this year. But this is a primetime spot, and I think this is kind of an all or nothing game for the New Orleans Saints. So that's why I sort of thought it was a tough spot. It's going to be interesting how it plays out. I mean, I'm certainly not making it an official play, and I know, at least I know Larry is on the other side of this. If I had to take this, I would, and I'm not super confident about it, I would take the Saints. And it's partly because, Coach, of that home field advantage, the fact that this is a primetime spot, the fact that there's like a really big unknown with what you're going to get from Taysom Hill. Yes, we've seen him. We know what he can do, but we haven't seen him in a long time. And honestly, if I'm the Saints, I'm thinking ball control and let's just it's the Taysom show, and let's keep this game close to the fourth quarter.
I just want to jump in on that. One note, with DeMarcus Lawrence active for the first time since week 2, we know he's a great pass rusher. He's actually their best run defender on the edge. So critical that he's back dealing with Taysom Hill.
So let me ask you this, AB, because when you look at the records, you're like, Saints are out of it. But C is right. They're not. If they can win tonight, the Cowboys would be 7-5. Right? They'd be 7-5. The Saints would be 6-6. Now all of a sudden, Washington, They went on the weekend, and they're 6-6. So right now, the Cowboys, who are 6-1, and we were saying one of the top 5 teams in the league, they could now really be in it just to try to make the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right, and which would be wild. I mean, the Saints could be in this race and really have no faith in their quarterback situation whatsoever, right? Like, that's what's so fascinating. But you look at the Saints, they have such a good defense. They've got the best rush defense in the NFL. So it's leaving them in these opportunities to take these games. So, yeah, good call by you. I mean, this is an extremely important game for both of these teams. Absolutely.
All right, so it's time for our best bets. We are crossing the bottom of the hour. Brand new audience coming in every 30 minutes just about, so welcome. This is Early Edge Live. We do it every single primetime game during the NFL season as well. And we had a meeting today for those of you diehards, for those of you degenerates. Coming up in December, we're going to be adding more evening shows just for you all later in the month. So let's get into our best bets for the game tonight. And AB, I'm going to start with you. What do you got?
Yeah, we've got 5 plays for tonight. We're kind of in smorgasbord holiday mode in terms of food, and we're doing that with picks tonight too. Look,
let's do it.
First play.
Love it.
Yeah, we're going to go Cowboys first half -3.5. You know how many points the Saints have scored in the first quarter, the last 4 games? 0. You know,
I knew you were
scored
going to say that.
Yeah, they've only scored 16 points in the first half in their last 4 games. They're averaging 4 points per half over their last 4, and the Cowboys are doing much better than that. So we're going to go Cowboys first half -3.5. Second play, we're going to go, yes, I know, we're going with a kicker prop tonight. Greg Zuerlein, total made field goals over 1.5. Look, what you just said, this game is incredibly important to Dallas, and you have Dan Quinn, not their standard head coach, out there. So I don't think that you're going to see aggressive plays on 4th downs when they can kick field goals or in range. So I'm going to go with Zuerlein because they will kick field goals, whether they're down, whether they're tied, whether they're up. We've got a good opportunity in a dome for that tonight. Third play, we're going to go Dak Prescott, longest completion over 38.5 yards. If you want to see the 2 worst defenses at the NFL in terms of giving up plays over 25+ yards, you're looking at them. The Cowboys and the Saints, they're both horrific in this. We're going to see big plays tonight, and I think Dallas is going to be super aggressive offensively to get that lead and stay with the lead. Our fourth play, we're going to go Dak Prescott over half an interception at -105, so essentially just has to throw 1. Again, the Saints have the best rush defense in the NFL, so even if they're up, they're going to have to use the passing game, and that defense, even if they're up or down with the Saints, they are susceptible to grabbing interceptions over their last 5 weeks. Last play, total game sacks over 4.5. I think Taysom Hill is going to see action all over him, and I think Dak Prescott is going to see action all over him for the defensive line. So, yeah, those 5, that's what we got.
That is a smorgasbord of picks from you, AB. Very well done. Steven in the chat said, love the show. I'm not juggling work and the show. Well, Steven, that makes one of us. I mean, we're juggling work and the show all at the same time, I guess, sort of. Thank you, Steven, for joining us there. All right, up next, the Maestro. It's a great time to educate the good people at home and also enlighten them, Mr. Hartstein, on why it's so important to watch our mega preview on Tuesday or watch the regular show earlier in the week. Why would that be?
Yeah, we locked in Cowboys -4 earlier in the week. I can't remember which show it was. I just thought that was a beautiful number, and we were just hoping to avoid another series of COVID tests, and that happened, and both the receivers are back. So I love the -4. At this point, -6.5, I don't love it as much. I would tease it. It's a great teaser leg, -0.5. I like the Washington football team +8.5. No Darren Waller, maybe no Deshaun Jackson. So, I mean, without Ruggs, without Deshaun Jackson, without Waller, the way that WFT is playing and the way that Antonio Gibson is running, I think he's going to have a huge day. So +8.5, or you could tease the Vikings down from -7 to -1. I think that's also a beautiful teaser leg with Cowboys -0.5.
I think it is beautiful and glorious all at the same time. By the way, in the chat, somebody said, love the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Nice addition to the show. Well, every time this platform adds something that we can buy, we reinvest in you at home. This is something we had to buy. Happy to do it because now all during the show, you can see our best bets and we don't have to recap them 3, 4, 5 times. Now, right now, AB's is up there, so take that for what it's worth. But they're all still there. They're all still there. Now, see ya. Hopefully, I've given you enough time to figure out exactly how you would like to enlighten us with a best bet or two, perhaps. What do you got?
Poor Greg Zuerlein. You know he's just going to pull up with a hamstring in the second quarter, and it's going to be like,
you know it.
Thanks, Alan. So listen,
we'll be
like
sponsoring his kids' Christmas this year. So
yeah. I mean, that would be the least you could do, honestly. So here's the thing. Here's thematically, and I play. You guys know I play a lot of DFS as well. I'm playing, and that's a beautiful thing right there, Coach.
I was just doing a little marketing while you were talking. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
No. I love it.
You can buy this at CBS Sports merchandise store, by the way. Anyway, go ahead.
So I wonder about Ezekiel Elliott's health. I think he's going to play. He's active. I know what Jerry Jones said about him, basically assuming the same workload. I'm a little dubious about that. And honestly, even if that's true, Tony Pollard has gotten on the field quite a bit. His snap share is close to 50% over the last few games. He's getting almost double-digit, from an average standpoint, almost double-digit attempts over the last 3 games, and he's getting some pass-catching work. Now, you can't really run well against the Saints. I get that, and we don't know how many rushing attempts Pollard's going to have. However, over the last few games, he's had 4 targets, 2 targets, and 7 targets for a total of 32 yards, 20 yards, and 56 yards. I think Pollard's going to catch a few balls here, and his over is 19.5 on receiving yards. So give me Tony Pollard over 19.5 receiving yards. It's just regular juice. So it's not being, it's not like minus 130 or anything. I'm double checking that right now. It's minus 120. That's the play for me today.
You know what? You inspired me, Sia. You really, really did. You inspired me. So I'm going to add an official play as well. Thanks to you, Sia. Because I was looking at this earlier today, and I was like, you know what? I don't like this number. And it is 20 yards less than it was last week. But I'm going to go, and Jeweler, you can add this. I'm going to go Ezekiel Elliott under. Let me find it. Under. And this is going to shock the world. I'm giving out an under. Under. Where the hell is it? Under whatever his number was. Did they take it? They took it down because, no, it's 45.5. We're going to go under 45.5 minus 113 rushing yard for Ezekiel Elliott. He's not even over 30 these days. They're not even using him, and it's 2 yards in a cloud of AstroTurf. So lock it in, Ezekiel Elliott under 45.5 rushing yards. Official play, rare from me. By the way, I've got a little bone to pick with somebody in the chat. Jeweler, bring up the Chris Kish text, please, if you would. I hardly follow the NFL, but I love the early edge too much to not watch and play some bets. Love that. But then he went on to say, and Sia is the man on the first cut.
I love this guy.
I hate this guy. I'm a part of the first cut. I'm on the first cut too.
That's true.
Why couldn't he love me on the first cut? It's got to be Sia. Always got to be Sia.
No, it's because he clearly plays DFS. I am only on the First Cut DFS show Mondays, by the way, everybody. But the point is, Coach, you're on later in the week, which are the more important days. I'm just a Monday guy. Nobody likes the Monday guy. Chris is just being nice.
Okay, all right. I'm just playing Chris. We don't care who you like. We just like that you watch. So thank you for watching the First Cut in the Early Edge. We love it. All right, so many props we've got to get to. And guys, this might have been, at least at my book, the most props I've ever had. There's like 6 different receivers on both sides. All of our people at home need your expertise, or they're going to lose a lot of money playing all these overs, and then none of them come in. So let's get into it now for the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to start right where we're at, AB. We love the team totals. We love those props. The Cowboys is only at 26. The Saints is at 20, minus 113, minus 110. Talk to me.
So, all right, let's break this game down. All right, 26 and 20, okay? So you're looking at 4 touchdowns with the Cowboys. You're looking at 3 touchdowns with the Saints. Yeah. I like the Cowboys more than I like the Saints here. I think the Saints could get really, really in trouble in terms of their offense and in terms of Taysom Hill having to throw the ball. I think that could get very, very wonky, so to say, especially on the other side of the 50. If I've got to play one of them, I'm going with the Cowboys for sure.
Okay. See you real quick. Chat question. From Kelsey, as a matter of fact, would you pay Pollard up to 20.5 at -110?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, let's move to you. Yeah, Maestro.
Coach, I just wanted to jump in on the team total because I see people asking about 26.5. The guy, Joe Gibbs at NFL Ref Stats, this is a huge over ref, 28-10 to the over. All 4 Cowboys games he's refed have gone over. The Saints, as this guy in the chat pointed out, have given up more than that in their home games, including 27 to the Giants of all people. I will say this, though. Taysom Hill, when he played, they were the slowest pace in the NFL, 31 seconds per play. They're not trying to play a fast game with him. They're trying to grind you out. The Cowboys, though, are the second fastest pace in the league when it's a neutral situation, within a touchdown. So you have one thing on either side, the ref tending over, and the Cowboys with this ref tending over, and the Saints defense at home also tending over that team total.
That is next level information. So, AB, you seem to want to imitate me lately. Can you give me one of these and tell the people what this is? Could you?
Educate, entertain. Educate, entertain.
I actually kind of like it when you do it better, to be honest with you. I kind of do. All right. Thank you, Maestro. See you. Let me come back to you. Chat question. Would you pay Pollard over 2.5 receptions at +105?
Wow. I'm surprised that's +105. Yeah, I would.
I tell you what, you've got a very AB style tonight. Very short and to the point. Yeah.
Well, I was so loquacious when I gave the Tony Pollard breakdown, when I was saying, listen, last 3 games, he had 4 targets, he had 2 targets, 7 targets, 4 receptions, 2 receptions, 6 receptions, the rushing attempts, the yardage. So, I mean, I suppose I should be repeating myself to some degree because not everybody watches maybe the whole show. But yeah, I just like Tony Pollard in general. That's why I mentioned DFS. I'm playing Tony Pollard over Ezekiel Elliott. I think Tony Pollard is a pretty sharp play tonight.
Okay, very good. Hey, that's great reasoning. By the way, Chris sent another text into the chat. He says, Coach, I watch you every day. I don't need to tell you how badass you are. Chris, that's exactly how to get back in my good graces. That is just absolutely brilliant. So good job by you, Chris. Keep those great messages coming. He said, Alvaro said, see, you didn't make the tree. Let him have this.
Oh, yeah, I did not make the tree.
Oh, now, this would be a perfect time, Sia, because Kelsey's running the chat, as she always does. Would you have something you'd want to say to Kelsey right now for not making the tree?
Well, I don't want to give her any ill will. I just want to say, hey, I don't know, maybe there's room on the tree for one more ornament. And if that is the case, maybe my face could appear on that. That's all.
All right. Well,
I come in kindness.
If I know Kelsey like I think I know Kelsey, it won't take her any time to add one to the tree and tweet it out.
Real quick, Coach, let's make that easier for Kelsey. I'm going to solo up Sia here. Sia, make a mug.
Make a mug, Sia. Oh, there you go. Hold it right there. All right, we got it. I guarantee you within 2 days we're going to have an ornament on the tree. I guarantee it. Yeah, Maestro.
Yeah, I saw some questions about where is Prop Stars, where is M Squared. Well, Prop Stars a little bit under the weather. Feel better, buddy. M Squared, I'm looking for him on the TV because I'm watching Bulls Knicks at the Garden, and he's there. So I'm looking in those first 3 rows behind the benches to see if I can spot him.
Wait a
second. I'm not kidding. That's where he is.
So I was told, as the boss of the show, that M Squared had a work event tonight.
Oh shoot! Did I just kind of?
Apparently you did. Apparently you did. That's okay. I'll deal with him later. It's all right. I'm completely kidding. I don't even know why I said that. All right, I got to come to you, Maestro. We do have another chat question. Trent Wade, because C already said, you guys have all talked about it. In fact, you said it, Maestro. All of the weapons are back tonight. Amari Cooper's back. CeeDee Lamb is back. All the weapons for Dak. Amari's number is 46.5. The over juice to -110. Talk to me.
The question is conditioning. They're saying he might be on a limited count coming back from the COVID hiatus that he had. So that's what would worry me there, but I would lean over.
Okay. I'm looking for more. Okay. Prescott, AB, let me come to you. A lot of good chat questions tonight. Thank you. Don't forget to keep leaving your Twitter handle in the chat, please. Prescott over 8.5 rushing yards at -113. Keep hitting the like button. AB, go.
That was fascinating. I'll say this. The Saints are going to run man coverage 34% of the time, which is about the 8th most in the NFL. So Dak Prescott is going to have opportunities to throw the ball deep down the field. He's also going to have opportunities to run out. It depends on how tight this game is. This is a first half play. You want to knock this thing out early. I would lean over, but I have no super opinion on it one way or the other.
Okay, very good.
I think
Bill
you
Bush.
got to. Oh, sorry. I think you
No,
got to lean over. With Josh Allen had 43 yards. I was trying to look up what Jalen Hurts had the week before. They're obviously Dak Prescott's a different player, but such a low number. And I believe he didn't get to his prop last time, which is why it went down from about 10.5.
Thank you, Maestro. As you were doing that, I was reading somebody who wanted to test me a little bit in the chat. Boys, John Parker. Pull him up, Jeweler. Ever notice that Coach only tails others' picks and rarely puts his own opinion on the line? M squared and AB rule. So one of two things is happening here. Either this person doesn't know me, or this is Noah with a different account in the chat. I think it's B, but it could be A. And if it's A, John, you just don't know. I can give you my opinion all day, but I host the show. I don't need to talk for a minute to tell you why my pick rules. The last pick on this show, what happened? When did I hit it? In the first half. Did I not? Did I not? Thank you.
And I think you've hit every pick you've given out, official pick.
I have. I'm 100% this year in the NFL. It may only be like 5 or 6, but I'm very selective. Don't tell me I don't have an opinion, John.
Nice job, John, by the way. Oh, well done.
Shut it, AB. Shut it. All right, let's keep it going. We got so many more. And by the way, we do have a donkey parlay coming up tonight in about 8 minutes from right now. And don't forget, all of our best bets are scrolling along the bottom of the screen. A great addition to the show, so you can put them in throughout the show and never have to worry about it. By the way, Bob Bush said, M2 is actually working the Chick-fil-A concession stand at MSG.
I brought on an investor.
That's so great. Does Sia drive a Kia? That would be awesome. He could roll down the window and shout, "See ya!"
Nice.
He's very creative tonight. So
not
thank
the
you.
best
Keep
Sia
going.
joke, but it's good. It's good. That's good.
Wait, do you have a good Sia joke?
No, most people are like Sia, and they laugh at that. The whole Sia.
Sia.
Yeah.
Got it. That's a worse joke than the other one.
Maybe.
But it makes sense. There's one guy we haven't talked about yet. We're talking about CeeDee Lamb. We talked about Amari Cooper on the one side, CeeDee Lamb on the other side. Remember, he got knocked out of the game, didn't play very much, but his number on catches is over 4.5, but it's very juiced, Maestro, to minus 155. How does he play into things tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the worry with him is he's coming off a concussion, but I like him better than Cooper in this matchup. I think that Cooper, could be spelled, whereas with CeeDee Lamb, it's a matter of does he take a hit, that forces him out of the game. So I like Lamb better than Cooper tonight.
Okay.
I would lean more on the yards though than the 5 catches.
All right, so the yards are 66.5.
Whoa, that's really gotten up there.
Yeah.
That's really gotten up there.
Yeah. So, and minus 125 even too. So might be a stay away at that point. I don't know, but that's you guys are the experts. Let me ask you this. Let me come to you, AB. Chat question. Dak, his over 2.5 touchdowns is plus 186.
All right. So the difficult part with this is they do have Tony Pollard, exactly what Sia was speaking about, and they do have Ezekiel Elliott. So anytime that they get inside the 5, they're going to run the ball, especially with Dan Quinn calling the shots tonight as head coach. I'm telling you, he's going to be a little bit more conservative. And not that Mike McCarthy is, super aggressive anyway. I would stay away from it because they just have so many options. I would hate to see you get stuck at 2, and then they have, 2 rushing touchdowns as well. So I can't say go with it. It's difficult.
Let me ask you this. My book just put over 2 at minus 120 though.
I would play that if you could get to 2 and possibly push on that. Absolutely. Like I like that play so much more than 2.5 because 3 touchdowns in the air. I mean, even the Bills, it's difficult with that, right? So I like 2 so much more than I do 2.5.
Okay, very good. See ya. By the way, apparently you are the new Alex for the night tonight because people love to play the look-like game when Alex is on the show. And Joe just said, Sia looks like he tries to work into every conversation that he hasn't had a carb since 2006.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
That's actually really, really funny. Thank you, Joe. We got to continue to smash that like button, and we're not going to give away jack tonight. You got to earn it. We give it away, but you got to earn it. Let's get to 400 and then worry about 600 after that. A lot more numbers that we need to go over, guys, tonight as the game starts in about 30 minutes. In 4 minutes from now, we'll do the donkey parlay. Then top of the hour, you know what time it is, the Van Jefferson Memorial first touchdown of the game picks. And 2 of the 4 faces on this screen are part of the club. Maestro, what do you got?
No, I just wanted to chime in on some of the chat with Cooper and Lamb. I think Lamb is going to be more inside in the slot, and he's not going to see as much of Marshawn Lattimore. And Lattimore actually has not had a great year. He's had some picks, but he's gambled a lot, and he's given up a lot of big plays. So I just think it's going to be a better matchup, though, if you're looking at Lattimore for CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, very good. Very good analysis. When we look at the rushing yards, because I know, Sia, let me come back to you. You love the receiving totals. You love the catches. What about Tony Pollard? Because in the chat, somebody brought up a really good point. Last week, Tony Pollard had a 35, 36-yard run called back with a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
His number tonight, 43.5 minus 114. I know you like the receiving, but what about the rushing?
I don't mind the rushing. It's just that this is a pretty good rush defense, and I think you're going to beat them with the pass. And that's sort of why I like Pollard, but the passing side of it. So while I don't think that's a bad play, it's just not something I'm interested in playing.
Okay. Quick DFS question for you. From Dustin. Lamp and Gallup combo, or consider kicker or running back with a wide receiver?
Lamb and Gallup would probably be the combo I'd go with.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. A lot of good ones tonight. Thank you all very much. I haven't even hardly got to the stuff I had because you guys are very good. So Maiden, and we'll bring all this Tony Pollard stuff to a head. How about the combo number, 65.5 minus 115? See ya.
65.5 minus 115 for what's that number relating
it's a
to?
Combo for Tony Pollard, the combo number.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I looked at that, and to be honest, I didn't love it just because of the rushing part of it. So I'm still sticking with the receiving yards for Tony Pollard.
Okay, all right.
I like it. I like it, actually. I think there's been so much talk about Zeke getting full practice, but I think this is the game that he gets a little bit downgraded in terms of his share. And this Saints, they're missing multiple defensive line starters. So this is not the same rush defense that got to number 1 in the league.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, we had a little poll question, and I'm a little embarrassed from our community tonight. There are more votes in the poll question than there are likes that we hit for the show. Now, the likes button, I ask you, but there's a reason for it. It grows the show. When you're looking for it on YouTube, we get higher. There's a reason for it, and it's not just to give away pint glasses. So please, just hit that like button. But thank you all for voting as well, because tonight, 72% of you think that the Cowboys cover the 6.5 out of 300 votes. So thank you very, very much. Now, interesting number, AB. Let me come back to you. Taysom Hill tonight. He's got a rushing total that's one of the higher numbers I've seen all season for a quarterback. 40.5 minus 114. Talk to me.
Yeah. Okay. So I like that overall. Okay. Here's the problem. Does Trevor Siemian come in the game at any point? Is he inactive? He's not inactive, correct?
Who's that?
He's active.
Trevor Siemian. Okay. So my concern is this. It does, just because Taysom Hill is starting, it doesn't mean that he's going to get every single snap, right? He could, but with this and with this offense, it could come out horrific in the first quarter with Taysom Hill, and Sean Payton could do anything. So it concerns me on any props with Taysom Hill because I don't know exactly what that workload is going to look like. So I can't say go with the over, although if he plays the entire game, he will get that number. So I'm just putting the risk out there like that. That's the risk. That's why I have no Saints prop bets tonight, because I can't trust what they're going to do.
I don't either. I don't either for that exact reason. And if you play, I'm just saying this, if you play a receiver prop tonight for the Saints, you're taking it into your own hands. You're taking it into your own hands. By the way, Ben in the chat said if we get to 350 likes, AB will take off his hat and show us the lettuce. You're damn right he will. Let's get to 350. Let's see the lettuce. Hey, it's small victories in life. Small victories in life. Maestro,
I would say Taysom Hill averaged about 52 yards rushing in his 4 starts. And I guess the question is the fact that he has far fewer weapons going to mean that he's going to run more, or that everyone's going to be keying on him and that they'll be smothering him?
That's the question. And also, is Sean Payton going to protect him? And so I come to you, Maestro, again. His completion number is 19.5. This could be a very, very conservative game plan for the Saints. I would lean towards, I don't know what the juice is here, but I would lean towards the under. But again, what's your thought?
Yeah, I would probably have a slight lean to the over, given that I think the Cowboys are going to be ahead. I think Ingram is going to have a massive workload, both running and receiving as much as he can handle. A lot of quick screens, quick outs. I would lean over on that.
Okay, very good. The chat, you guys are amazing. How many likes does it take to see the coach's lettuce? I mean, I've got a beautiful bald head. I'll show that all day. And there was another one on AB, over under 10 on the number of hair on your head. The over under is 10 on pieces of hair.
Yeah, I would bet over on that one. We haven't had a haircut in about a month, so yeah, I would bet over on that one.
Oh, okay. Very, very interesting. We get to 350. The hat comes off. All right. It is that time of the show as we get closer to the top of the hour. So M Squared had some travel issues today, what I was told this morning. And then all of a sudden tonight he's at MSG. But he still did his job. So, Jeweler, let's put it up. And here is the donkey parlay. I love it. Now, here's what you do. And DraftKings is one place that you can make this bet. People ask us all the time. This is a fun bet because not every bet should be serious. So if you put these things together and you can see their alternate spreads, there's some props. Dallas Cowboys plus 3.5, Saints plus 10.5. You middle that. Over 37.5 in alternate total points. Over 49.5 in CeeDee Lamb receiving yards. And over 29.5 in Taysom Hill rushing yards that we just discussed. You put all that together, it'll give you a nice little return of 400. Now, if you're brand new to the show, you say, Coach, how can this possibly hit? Well, we said that not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times in the last 2 weeks, we have hit the donkey parlay. It's a pretty good bet, and it's a hell of a lot of fun, and it keeps you interested for the entire game. All right. It's officially the top of the hour. All of our best bets for those of you coming in new to the feed, welcome. If you haven't followed our YouTube channel yet, you're watching us right now, hit that subscribe button. It's all for free. Turn on those notifications. So, gentlemen, this is quickly becoming my favorite and least favorite part of the show because it always reminds me of what I'm not a part of. It always reminds me where I'm not allowed to go. But tonight is going to be my night. But we have rules when we give out the Van Jefferson Memorial first touchdown of the game pick. There are levels to this game. And those that are at the top, like Sia, he gets to go first. So, Sia, you have gotten to the club not once, but you got a +1 because you got in there twice. Who you taking tonight, big boy?
So before I tell you, let me just break some news, and this might affect somebody else's first touchdown pick. So I just noticed CBS Sports' very own Heath Cummings retweet something from Michael Gelkin, who's a Cowboys reporter with the Dallas Morning News. Okay. And he said pretty specifically that he watched warmups and that Amari Cooper was mostly watching the 7-on-7 drills and didn't take part in the 11-on-11 drills. So that's, again, I didn't see that with my own eyes, but this is a reporter from the Dallas Morning News. So I did want to throw that out there. And actually, it plays really nicely, not only with my first touchdown bet, but also with those CeeDee Lamb props, I think. My first touchdown is pretty far down the board at plus 2,500. It's the 4th receiver. It's Noah Brown, who's gotten quite a bit of activity over the last few weeks. He's a pretty talented guy. And to be honest with you, I picked him because I thought Amari might be a little shaky today. And, he could be in on a full wide receiver set anyway. But if Cooper isn't playing, or if he's not playing much, and if CD is getting all the attention and maybe Schultz, I think Noah Brown could be your guy at plus 2,500.
Oh, that's a tasty, tasty, tasty number for sure. All right, so Noah Brown is the first play, plus 2,500. All right, Maestro, we're coming to you. What do you got?
Well, that was very distressing since I sent in Amari Cooper at plus 1,200. And he was all the way down to plus 850 on some other sites. So apparently this is very breaking news. So why don't you come back to me in a minute or two while I reassess? Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Fair enough.
Coach, you know what's going to happen, right? You know what's going to happen.
Yeah. They're going to use him just for the red zone. He's going to catch a fade, which could happen.
It just happened to Prop Stars on Sunday night. It was the greatest thing that's ever happened to the Van Jefferson Memorial Touchdown contest. Literally, Murray was at the one, could not score for Prop Stars, and it happened exactly the way that I said it. So, Maestro, don't second guess yourself. Go with your gut. We'll come back to your gut. AB, you got that stupid smirk on your face. I have a feeling tonight you might get into the club. What do you got?
Oh, we're getting in the club tonight. Let me tell you, here's your Chick-fil-A nugget of the day. The Dallas Cowboys are 1-4 this season when they rush for 100 yards or fewer in a game. So they're going to force the issue. My pick is Tony Pollard, plus 1,000. I'm right there on the line. It feels like I'm almost cheating, but I'm not because it works that. Plus, not only on the rush, we get him in the short passing game. Plus, he returns kicks too in a dome. We've already seen him take one to the crib already. He might do it again. Tony Pollard all over the field tonight.
Barely am I going to allow this. Barely. But I will. All right, I'm up next. And I'm going to go with a tight end who actually scored on Thanksgiving. And if he can score again tonight, then I can put on all my good clothes, put on the good smelling cologne, and go and slap C a high five and M squared over on the other couch, and Maestro's kicking it at the DJ booth, and I could be there too. Dalton Schultz, lock it in. And the reason, AB, I'm letting you do it, because I have him just over that at plus 1,200. I barely made it too. All right, Maestro, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm just going to stick to it only for this reason. If he does catch the touchdown, I will never forgive myself.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I assumed he would be fairly limited, but I assumed the red zone is one place that they would like to use his 20 snaps or 30 snaps. And all this is first touchdown.
That's all it is. All we need is for him to play one play and come in when they're on the 3 and throw a fade. That's all we need him to do. Jeweler, show your face. All right, big boy. I know this is bothering you as much as it bothers the rest of us. Who are you going with tonight?
Look, I've had a lot of close calls this season. It's been tough. I pulled a little coin flip bit last week, and I swear it was Gerald Everett, which would have hit because I love the Seattle tight ends, and I went with the longer odds. I'm going to go with longer odds this week. It's probably not going to hit. We're loaded up on the Cowboys, so just go ahead and scratch in that Saints first TD because this night is going to be weird. And you know why it's going to be weird? Because Dak Prescott is going to run in the first touchdown of the night. Now, I know the guy on Maestro's rec league team that has the knee brace probably has better legs than Dak Prescott right now. Okay, he's only had one rushing TD this year, but let me tell you something. The Saints have allowed the most rush TDs by quarterbacks this season. They're tied with the Texans at 5 allowed this season. Now, granted, that was 3 of them by Jalen Hurts. Really runs up the score.
Okay.
But tonight's going to be weird. I'm going to take Dak because plus 2,800. Why not?
Now, I got two very quick bones to pick with you. The first one, I know AB sent you that last stat. That had AB written all over it. Secondly, if you actually would have said the names last week, when I ask you the names, and you go, no.
I know. I couldn't tout it.
Well, it would have been a good tout if you would have said the names. But now I question whether or not what you're saying is true. I don't know that the other name was the guy who scored the first touchdown. I'm just saying. But
I'm
you're
saying
man of
if
your
I was flipping a coin and then I landed on one of the Seahawks tight ends, I mean, you could
you
presume
could
it was
take
the
it
other
back.
tight end.
Okay, well, I guess so.
But I won't tout it.
Okay,
I respect the
okay.
point. I concede it.
All right. So before the game starts in less than 10 minutes, so we got to recap very quickly our official best bets of the game, and then we will get out and let you guys get all the picks in. By the way, they're all going at the bottom of the screen. But AB, very quickly, for all the people that came at the top of the hour, what are your official picks, sir?
Yes, sir. We are the Cowboys first half -3.5. We are on the Cowboys kicker Greg Zuerlein over 1.5 field goals. We are on Dak Prescott longest completion over 38.5 yards. Dak Prescott at least one interception and total game sacks over 4.5.
All right, very good. By the way, I meant to do this and I didn't do this, so I don't want to leave Alex out. I really, really don't. So I'm going to give him somebody to play with tonight because I know he's watching at home. He's got a splitting migraine headache. But, man, if he could hit this tonight, it would all go away. So, Alex, Prop Stars, your play is Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup at plus 1,000 is the official play for Prop Stars in the VJM.
If you get him in the club, like –
hey, baby, it's what I do. It's what I do. I facilitate. I'm like one of those, what do they call them, the club VIP hosts. I just make sure everybody's world's good. Maestro, what are your best bets tonight?
Yeah, well, it's Cowboys -4, but now we know the line is up 6.5. There are three teaser legs that I really love, and that is WFT, Minnesota, and Arizona. Those are great teaser legs to combine with the Cowboys -0.5. The Bears injury report is really frightening. Roquan Smith, Hicks, we know Mac, others, Kyler and Hopkins practiced. Arizona's unbelievable on the road. This is going to be, if they win by double digits, they will tie the record for 7 straight double-digit wins on the road, which has never. And then the 8th, their next visit is to Detroit, so they can actually set the record this year.
Wow. I can't believe that number. I really can't believe that number. All right, great stuff. Great stuff, Maestro. All right. See, I know you've got one official best bet on this game tonight. Talk to me.
Yeah, that's it. It's Tony Pollard, who I think is going to be a little bit more involved this game. He's involved in any game regardless, but a little bit more involved because of Zeke's nagging injuries. I have him over 19.5 receiving yards at -120.
And you would play that up to 20.5 at some
Yes.
people's books as well. All right. The boss is just texting me and he said, Coach, you can't make a promise that you're not willing to follow through on. So, AB, we're at 398 likes. I need 2 more for the pint glass, but we're well over the 350. So, sir, take the hat off and show us the lettuce. Oh,
Look at this. Look at that.
Oh, my
Hey, all right,
God.
look at that.
All right. All right. Leave the hair alone. Put your hands down. Jeweler, put him back up by himself because that's a gif if I ever saw one. All right. So just sit right there. Don't smile. Almost give me like a face like, I've had a bad day.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's your normal face. All right, give me a face that you had a worse bad day. Okay, right there. Hold it. All right, we got enough. Thank you. Oh, that was worth every one of those likes. All right, so all the best bets are in, and the donkey parlay is in. And so we like to finish every single show where my guys tell me what they're most looking forward to for the game tonight. So, AB, start us off.
Yeah, so we talked about Taysom Hill, and will he be the starting quarterback tonight throughout the rest of the season? Remember, the Saints owe him a lot of money if he is the starting quarterback for extended periods of time. So I don't know how long. I'm interested to see how long this experiment lasts.
Yeah, I agree with you, too. He's got a whole bunch of cheese on the line if he can stay the starting quarterback for an extended period of time. See ya. Talk to me.
Well, we're coming to learn that the National Football League actually plays a full schedule through 18 weeks. And the Cowboys are learning that real fast, and they'll learn it even faster if they lose to the Saints tonight. As a Washington football team fan, I'm very interested to see if the Cowboys misstep yet again because things are getting dicey in Dallas.
God, I hope not. Maestro, bring us home.
Yeah, I just think this Cowboys team, even with Amari Cooper as potentially a decoy, I just saw other video of him warming up and he was jogging like 2 miles an hour. It was really not a good omen for my first touchdown pick. But I think with the offensive line back, with Lamb, Gallup, Pollard having a bigger role, I'm looking for 30 points from the Cowboys tonight.
Oh, I would love that. That team total over 26 would be really, really nice. Plasma in the chat said AB is Earthquake from the WWE.
Earthquake. Wow.
Earthquake.
I'm going to have to put on
face.
another 300 pounds on that one. Yeah.
I don't think he meant the weight. The face. You look like in the face. That's what he's talking about. Not in the body. All right. Our pint glass winner at 400 likes at Biznary. The jeweler will reach out to you on social media and get all your details. You have an official pint glass coming your way. The only thing that we ask when we send something to you, take a picture, put it up on Twitter so we can have it for our collection as well. All right. Game starts in 4 minutes, so we are done. And there's only one thing left to do, and you all know what that
is. Solid. That's well done.
You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire team, AB, dial up. See ya. Maestro, the jeweler, who is the fastest hands in the West when it comes to the ones and the twos. That was crazy. I am the coach. We'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, with our prop specials, and hopefully Prop Stars is feeling better. And, of course, our daily morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern time, getting you set for a huge weekend in soccer, college basketball, and, of course, championship Saturday in college football and the NFL. We never stop, and we do it for you. We love this so much. Thanks for hanging out with us. Enjoy the game tonight, and tell all your friends about the Early Edge. Good luck.